Burqa disguise incident on Mumbai local train. A single security breach exposes systemic vulnerabilities in women's rail safety.
The Railway Protection Force RPF has filed a case against a man who, disguised in a burqa, infiltrated the ladies' compartment of a Central Railway fast local train heading to see Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus C&T.
The incident, which occurred on a Friday afternoon, was only uncovered when vigilant women passengers grew suspicious, confronted the individuals and discovered his true gender.
This event is not an isolated prank but a deliberate act of evasion that successfully bypassed both social norms and existing security protocols, culminating in the suspect's escape by jumping from the moving train and boarding another service.
It serves as a stark, real-time case study of how determined individuals can exploit cultural and procedural blind spots to violate designated safe spaces, immediately triggering public alarm and official investigation.
The persistent crisis of women's safety on Mumbai locals, chronic overcrowding and enforcement gaps create a permissive environment for such breaches.
Mumbai's suburban railway network, a lifeline for millions, has a long-documented history of safety challenges, particularly for women commuters.
The ladies' coach to segregated space, mandated since 1992, was established as a direct response to widespread harassment.
However, its effectiveness is perpetually undermined by extreme passenger density, which hampers visual identification and inconsistent enforcement by railway personnel.
This incident matters acutely now because it demonstrates a tactical evolution in circumventing these measures, using religious, cultural attire not as an expression of faith, but as a functional disguise for illicit access.
It shifts the threat model from opportunistic harassment to premeditated infiltration, challenging the fundamental assumption that segregation alone ensures security.
The viral spread of the confrontation video underscores a deepening public distrust in the system's ability to protect its most vulnerable users.
Anatomy of a security failure, evasion and ineffective response from initial breach to failed interception. Multiple system points broke down.
The episode reveals a sequential failure across detection, response, and apprehension protocols.
The breach itself was enabled by the anonymity provided by the burqa in a crowded coach, a fact the passengers initially relied on for respectful non-interference.
The successful confrontation by commuters was a civilian, not institutional, victory.
The subsequent escape highlights critical gaps. The suspect's decision to jump from a moving train at considerable personal risk indicates a high motivation to avoid capture, while the system's reaction was slow and disjointed.
RPF teams alerted at Gakpar had to retrospectively check CCTV and search a carjack-bound train at Mulund, a reactive process that failed because the suspect had already blended back into the network.
The legal response case under the Indian Railway Act for unauthorised travel is a relatively minor charge, highlighting a potential mismatch between the perceived threat of the Act and the statutory tools available for prosecution.
Strategic verdict, a catalyst for procedural and technological overhaul. Expect intensified scrutiny on coach access, AI surveillance, and legal penalties.
This incident will likely force a multi-pronged reassessment of railway security strategy.
In the short term, expect enhanced and more sensitive spot checks by RPF and ticket-checking staff in ladies' compartments, though this raises complex questions about profiling and privacy.
Medium-term pressure will mount for investment in AI-powered CCTV analytics capable of detecting anomalous behaviour or prolonged obscured identities, despite concerns over mass surveillance.
The viral nature of the event ensures sustained media and political attention, which may accelerate the modernisation of railway policing protocols.
The final assessment is that while this was a security failure, its high-profile nature makes it a potential turning point.
The predicted consequence is not the elimination of risk, but a significant tightening of procedural and technological controls around designated women's spaces, driven by public outrage and the stark demonstration of a new evasion tactic.